You're all tired, right? You're thinking about beer. A few more minutes. An awesome presentation would follow this one, so you have to be a little bit patient. But in order to get you to pay attention, at the end of this presentation, who will ask a question will get a Mage Tag Day sticker. Okay. Yeah, so I'm here to talk about this Magento 2 as a CMS. This is me. I'm a senior developer at Anya Software. I'm a Magento addict, and you see some details about me in there. Especially this one last line about Ultimate Module Creator. If you don't know what it is, well, you can find out now. Okay, so the summary of my talk will be, what is Magento 2? Can Magento 2 be a CMS? And the answer is obviously yes, because otherwise I wouldn't be here. And I will explain a few of the problems that I encountered and the solutions that I found. And I have an example, and that's it, and a QA session. So what is Magento 2? Please don't answer it, you ruined my joke. It's an e-commerce software. It's a framework. This is taken right from the Magento website itself, so if it's on the internet, it has to be true. It's awesome. If you think otherwise, you're in the wrong room. But is it a CMS? Well, Wikipedia says it is. It's an open source content management system for e-commerce websites. But what I'm trying to show is that it can be a CMS for websites in general, not only e-commerce websites. So the idea is not new. I didn't come up with it. Colin Mullen did this for Magento 1 already, like a few years ago. He just stripped a lot of modules, and this is what's left in the backend. I don't know what's the point of managed currency rates, but anyway. The idea is simple. Disable all the modules you don't need. Actually, I used what Colin did in one project, and it worked very nice. The client was happy. But before using that, I tried to make my own CMS out of Magento 1. And I tried simply by disabling catalog, checkout, sales, whatever. Yeah, but I quickly hit a brick wall because of the tight coupling, because of the big fat modules like admin HTML, core. Also, Colin removed customers from his instance, and I kind of needed users. And I quit and just used his module and added customers over it, and it worked nicely. But for Magento 2, it should be easier, right? We have Composer, we loose coupling, we have a framework, we have dependency injection. Right? Should be easy, no? Wrong. Well, it's easier, but not easy. Yeah, you like the picture with the dependency injection. I thought someone would. But one big thumbs up from my point of view for Magento 2 is that when installing it, you get the option to disable things like what you need. I've never built a shop for US. I don't need US stuff in it. So now I can easily disable it. But this is from an install like 3 weeks ago. This is as far as you can go. You can disable 54 modules out of 100. Yes, Magento 2 reached 100 modules. But some of them you might need. I don't know, not some of them listed here, but you might need something like Swagger or I don't know. But there is a point to it because yeah, that won't work fully because there are some dependencies that are not declared, and you find out about them only when you disable a module. There are some bugs in the dependencies. These are just some GitHub issue numbers I posted. I think one of them is already solved, but I have others to post. But the biggest problem are circular dependencies. I mean, module A depends on module B, which depends on module A. This is the easiest way, but you can have like 12 modules doing the circle. And some dependencies that should not be there. I mean, they can easily be avoided, but for some reason, they are still there. Again, Magento comes to the rescue with this. There's a command line that you can use to show all the modules and all the dependencies. I have no idea what soft dependency means. You have 3 columns, like all hard and soft dependency. Don't know what that is, but kind of tells me that some modules are dependent on others. And there's another command line that shows you circular dependencies. You can see here, this is the easy one, like catalog, store, catalog. But you have this one. Believe me, it's really, really long, or this one. And the simplest idea would be to just remove all the cycles you don't need, but that's not possible because store you will need. Catalog you want to remove, but because of this, you cannot remove it. But at least it gives you a place to start to know what you're doing. In the end, after some work, I will show you what I did a bit later. Because, I had this presentation at Meet Magento Romania, but it wasn't exactly this presentation because Sander over there told me it was not technical enough. That's why I'm not speaking to him anymore. No, and I will explain what I did technically after this, but first I'm going to show you which modules I was able to disable. You're not in a hurry, we can go through all of them, right? No, I'm kidding. So this is what I disabled, the first batch over here. Basically I disabled everything related to catalog, checkout, catalog rules. Yeah, you just take a picture and you'll see it. But you can disable these ones, but I thought, okay, if you're going to use Magento as a CMS, you might need these for your website that you're building. Like contact, deploy, widgets, newsletter. Yeah, but you can easily remove them. The biggest problem that there still exists, I cannot remove Magento tags unless I remove the customers. They're too tightly coupled. I didn't come up with a solution yet. So if you don't need the customers, you can just remove these 3 modules also. Yeah, but this, so basically what I did, I just deleted the modules from a clean Magento install, these ones. But some problems appear. Some admin menus are still referring to, have parent admin menus in the modules that I disabled. Same goes for system configuration, same goes for ACL. But these 3, the top 3, I was able to work around. My problem is that setup, compile, throws errors. I wasn't able to fix this so far. And there are some troubles with the URL rewrite module because even if there is a catalog URL rewrite module, the actual URL rewrite module still calls blocks directly from the catalog module. I've been working on this on and off for like 4 months now, but surprisingly, I don't have the time to do it. But how I did it. Okay. Yeah, before I go to the next slide. You can take pictures. Okay, you got pictures? Yes, I admit it. I edited some core things. But before you throw onions or eggs at me, let me explain. This didn't happen. I didn't need to do this when I had the first presentation, like for Meet Magento Romania, but something changed since then. And right now, when doing the installation, even if you remove the modules, the installer checks all the composer JSON files in all the modules for dependencies. And it's going to tell me, okay, you need that catalog module, even if I know I don't need it, just because it's referenced in a composer JSON file. And I just made that method listed there return true because, okay, everything is cool. I know that the validation will pass. I can put it back after I install it, so no problem. But there's another thing that bothers me. There is something in the di.xml from the EAV module that references the catalog module, and it shouldn't be there. Again, I wasn't able to find a workaround for this without actually removing it from the core. Yeah, and this one needs to stay after the install. I'm going to report a bug for this, and maybe someone fixes it. Yeah, these are the only core edits I did. And the second problem I had, that there are some classes that needed to be there. There are 3 of them. The abstract report class, because for some reason the tax report created at extends it. I don't know why. There's an interface that is in the catalog module that is referenced in the customer module. Again, I don't know why. I think that interface should be in the EAV module. Feel free to stop me if I say something wrong, or if you correct me. And again, there's a reserved attribute list class in the catalog module that is referenced in the customer module and the EAV module. And honestly, this should reside in the EAV module. Then I created an extension, because if you remove like 60 modules, you can add one. Come on, it's not that big of an overhead. I named it Mage CMS driver. I don't know why. I just thought about it. And this is what I did. It contains just a few files, a di.xml file that changes what I mentioned here, the reserved attribute list. That class uses an instance of the product model, and I made it use an instance of an abstract extensible model, so I basically changed one of its dependencies. Yeah, I have no idea what orchestrator pool does. I asked this on Stack Exchange and I got an answer for it. It's still not 100% clear to me, but it has something to do about that when you have a table behind the model, you don't need to extend an abstract module anymore. You can just use this orchestrator pool. But this is declared in the catalog module, and I removed that. And it's needed for other modules also, for the CMS module, for example. And I just added it in my own module, and it works. Also, I needed to change some, like I said, the tax module gave me the biggest headaches. And I had to change some classes just so the installer will not run in the tax module, because the installer in the tax module just adds product attributes, customer attributes, stuff, and I didn't want it to do that. And I just changed those classes. It's just like rewriting classes in Magento 1, and made the install, upgrade, and setup do nothing, basically. Oh, and I had to change some dependencies for the setup class because it referenced things from sales. Again, you see a lot of things related to tax. Again, I had to do some change in it. At one point, I will post my code online when I'm happy with it. Till then, you just have to trust me. Basically, I did the rewrites just to make some methods do nothing. Then I had to rewrite the Google Analytics block because there was to remove the sales reference in so when you finish the checkout, you can send your order details to Google. Since I don't have a sales module or a checkout module, I don't need that. And I needed to change something in the customer module that referenced checkout. Oh, yeah, and I had some headache with, when you create a store, you need to select a root category, but now I don't have categories anymore, and I needed to remove that drop-down field from the form. I added the menu XML. Like I said, some of the menu items have parent menu items in the modules that were disabled. I just added something here, reference. Yeah, this is kind of the things I'm not proud about. Some shady stuff happened, and I needed some plugins just to take care of orphan sections in the menu, in the config, and in the ACL. I removed everything from dashboard because I don't know if you know this, but the dashboard, what appears on the admin dashboard, they're not separately spread around the modules that they belong to. I mean, the orders are in the backend module, the list of customers are also retrieved from a block from the backend module, and I just removed everything, and you can put whatever you want in here. Yeah, and I mentioned before that I needed to remove something from customers because they referenced the checkouts. Again, I needed to make some changes in the layout for the customer login and create account page. And this is an example because I was told I'm not allowed to bring my laptop, and I would have shown you a live demo, but I took some pictures instead. It's even better like this because you don't make me click around and see what doesn't work. So this is how the dashboard looks. You can see I added here, there's a new menu item called blog, and just a few menu items left from the original. Yeah?
I'm curious about Magento version.
No, the screenshot is older from the presentation I did in Meet Magento Romania.
Yeah, but why it's 1.0?
Because that's what it says on GitHub. No, really. Can I install now Magento 2? Yeah, it's not the latest version, the Web 2. Yeah, it was a beta version, but what I explained till here was applied on Magento 2.0.1. The screenshots are a bit older. So this is how the dashboard looks like. This is how the menu. I created a simple module called blog. Okay. Nobody threw anything. Okay. That contains different entities, posts, authors, categories, tags. This is how the backend looks. Looks similar to the categories in Magento. A simple grid with authors, a simple grid with posts. The front end for the menu, I use the categories in my blog. And basically it's a crude module where you can list and link things however you want. That's about it. So, questions? Okay. Can you please take this and give one to the nice gentleman? Oh, wait. Before, please don't ask me this.
Maybe call it Magento 9.3?
Yeah, call it whatever you want.
Hi, Marius. What I wanted to ask you itself, do you plan to submit a pull request to a core with dependencies that you try to avoid in your CMS project? So do you plan to make pull requests actually to a core to remove those hard dependencies?
At first, I plan to make an issue because I don't like to submit pull requests directly because I might get it wrong. Maybe something's there for a reason. I submit an issue. If someone says, okay, this is an issue, I will submit a pull request. Give him another sticker.
For your answer. So, from my experience, it's better just to submit a pull request because no one will consider it as an issue.
Okay, thanks. I learned something today. Okay.
Someone else? Speakers?
I'm using a pretty useful feature for a CMS, and this is Mage poll. When will you migrate it to Magento 2?
Yeah, this is planned. It's in my roadmap for 2017, and it will get implemented. Yeah. Sander, I'm not talking to you already, Sander, right? No, I'm kidding.
I just wanted a speaker, so I'll just...
Oh, okay.
Why did you do it?
For fun. And I had is this recorded?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It was already recorded in Romania. I had a little spare time at work, so. I didn't you get it? Okay. So. You're out of stickers?
Yes.
Okay.
In case they fire you, I think that there's someone who wants to hire you.
Yeah, bad mistake if someone wants to hire.
So, first of all, a lot of code in there, but
Oh yeah, you're the guy that said to use only catalog and checkout from Magento, and I said use exactly everything else.
Did you do a benchmark on certain pages?
No, of course not. Yeah, just but by a rule of thumb, it looks a bit, way faster than with the catalog and the checkout and all this stuff. Just by rule of thumb and what Firebug told me in loading time, that's it. No, I didn't do a benchmark. Okay. Did you get a sticker?
What is the percentage of the unit test you broke with this?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of broke a few, and at one point I stopped caring about this, but just because it's just a proof of concept, it's an idea. To be honest, I wouldn't use this as a CMS at this point, as it is right now. But who knows? I still hope for.
Actually, you're lucky because Ben isn't here and Vinay...
Yeah, Vinay just left, and then that's why I hesitated for 2 seconds. I was looking for Vinay, but I realized he just left.
Okay, so I'll be now that code. So about unit tests, why didn't you actually write new ones for the ones that has been broken?
I told you I had a little spare time at work. Not too much. No, you're right. Vinay inspired me today to continue on this and write tests and do it properly. And, yeah.
You have to continue on the ultimate model creator too.
Yeah, I have to continue on that too.
More questions?
Just the last one about your spare time. So you have a lot of spare time because you're using your ultimate module creator, right?
No, not because of that, because I'm efficient. No, actually that one saves a lot of time, but I don't recommend it for beginners.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.